My name is Kimberlyn Roop. I'm a part of the Mexican group, and today I'm going to speak a little bit about Our Lady of Guadalupe. Our Lady of Guadalupe is also referred to as the Virgin of Guadalupe. It is a Roman Catholic title for the Blessed Virgin Mary. The particular painting, or image, I guess, can be found in the minor Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico City. It's the most visited Catholic pilgrimage site in the world, and is also the third most visited sacred site in the world. The story begins with Juan Diego. He was a poor Aztec Indian. On his trip to the chapel one evening, he encountered a beautiful woman who he claims had an aura around her that was as bright as the sun. When he met her, she spoke to him and said, "My dear little son, I love you. I desire you to know who I am. I am the ever-Virgin Mary, Mother of the true God who gives life and maintains his existence. He created all things, he is in all places, he is Lord of heaven and earth. I desire a church in this place where your people may experience my compassion. All those who sincerely ask my help in their work and in their sorrows will know my mother's heart in this place. Here I will see their tears, I will console them, and they will be at peace. So run now to Tenochtitlan and tell the bishop all that you have seen and heard." Basically, this run-in with Mary, Juan was told to go to the bishop and ask to have a church built. Juan responded to Mary's request, and he went to the palace of the bishop. He ended up having to wait a really long time to get in because the bishop's servants saw that he was just a poor peasant and decided to make him wait because they were suspicious of him. Eventually, he met with the bishop-elect, who told Juan that he would consider the request and to come back sometime, but didn't really take him seriously. So Juan was disappointed by the response. He felt unworthy to persuade someone as important as a bishop. Because of this, Juan returned to the hill where he originally found Mary, and she was still there. She was waiting for him. He asked her to send someone else in his place because, as mentioned before, he didn't think he was worthy. Mary responded and said that it was meant to be him. She asked him to go to the top of the hill and cut some roses that were found there. She told him to give them to the bishop as a sign to prove that it was actually Mary. When he went to get the flowers, he used his tilma to collect them, and a tilma is a poncho-like cape. When he returned with the flowers in tow, he gave them to Mary, and she rearranged them before giving them back. She said, "My little son, this is the sign I am sending to the bishop. Tell him that with this sign I request his greatest efforts to complete the church. I desire in this place. Show these flowers to no one but the bishop. You are my trusted ambassador. This time the bishop will believe all you tell him." Juan once again came before the bishop and several of his advisors. He told the bishop about this story, and he opened up the tilma with the flowers. The bishop and his advisors ended up falling to their knees, not only because of the flowers, but because on the tilma there was a picture of the Blessed Virgin Mary that no one knew how it got there. Within 6 years of this apparition, over 6 million Aztecs ended up converting to Catholicism. The tilma shows Mary as God's bearer. She's pregnant with the divine son. Since its appearance, it's been the subject of a variety of environmental hazards, including smoke from fires and candles, water from floods. In 1922, a bomb was planted by anti-clerical forces at the altar, and when it exploded, the picture came out unharmed, as it did every time. In 1977, the tilma was examined by infrared photography and digital enhancement techniques, but they couldn't figure out where or how it developed. Unlike paintings, it didn't show any sketching or outlines, and the method to create this image is still unknown. It's also somehow withstood the method of production. It's still around today, and it's still in good standing. It can still be seen in the large cathedral built to house 10,000 plus worshippers. As far as the celebration goes, the celebration is called the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe. It begins a week before December 12th, where people will flock to the site of the image, whether it's by foot or by travel. They have many different ceremonies that honor Mary. And then on the eve of December 12th, concerto dancers gather, and the word is derived from concha, which means shell, and it's called this because the instruments that they use are made of armadillo shells. It's also becoming a bigger Catholic celebration within the U.S. The feast, many Mexicans will save up throughout the year just to be able to afford the feast and the celebrations. Some of the foods include spinach soup with macaroni, stuffed tortillas, black beans, chicken and spice sauce, rice, chopped avocados, boiled milk and sugar, custard, coffee with milk, and Mexico's national drinks. That's all. Thanks.